Seems like creative directors are just dropping like flies out there. Hello, it's your girl Kenesha. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back, my loves. Welcome back. So Louis Vuitton has the best creative director out there. Pharrell Williams is doing his thing with these Speedy P9s. A video on picking up this bag, the Speedy 40, has been going viral on one of my shorts. So I figured I would come and talk a little bit about these beauties, whether or not they are still a yay or a nay, in my opinion. I have 5 main talking points when it comes to the Speedy, and there's only one negative. Can you believe it? So I think this is definitely a throwback to my finance days and analyzing, being a financial analyst and a business analyst, and just figuring out like pros and cons, the strengths of this bag versus some alternatives I'm going to throw in for you guys. So let's get started. Without further ado, please subscribe if you are here for it, and please stay tuned to the first is, I figured I would just get the one nay out of the way so that we can just move on to bigger and better things, you know, and just be happy, right? Like, why end on a negative note? No, we're not going to do that. The one sort of negative note I think regarding the Speedy P9s is the price. Like, let's just get this huge elephant out of the way. Like, just get it out of the way. I say that the price is the negative. There's levels to this because it really depends on what you consider to be too high of a price point and what you are willing to spend on what you want to spend on. So for example, if you don't think Pharrell's $1 million Speedy P9 that he wore on the fashion one way was not too much money, right? It's all relative. And if you think, well, no, Kenesha girl, I'm not about to drop $1 million on it, but I'm willing to drop 11,000. See, the level has already started decreasing from $1 million all the way down to the tens of thousands. You see what I'm saying? And if you're like, no, Kenesha girl, we can't do that. We're not going to be in the tens of thousands, girl. I can then further say, well, come on down to the next accessible level and get in a canvas. Like I said, Pharrell is amazing. He's definitely going to elevate Louis Vuitton into that stratosphere. Why? Because Black people are amazing and we lead all the trends and have all the creativity. And when I said he did his thing on the runway with the music, the transitions, the colors, everything was wonderful. And the beautiful pieces that I saw, I was just like I am looking forward to it. Next level you can elevate yourself down to is canvas, because Pharrell is coming out with, and maybe in partnership with Nicholas Cascara on the women's side, is coming out in the 40s, the 30s are coming back, the 35s in leather and canvas. I saw a canvas 40, you guys, and I said, oh my gosh. Those who were like crying about this price point for the leather version, here you go. Better not cry and complain about it either. So I am curious about what the price point is going to be, but you know it's not going to be in the tens of thousands. So then already we're coming back down in the price point. So that is the one negative point that I wanted to point out in starting the video, so that we can just go up from here. It's just onward and up from here. So on to the positives. So the first one is the quality. Someone asked me, do they have a seam in the bottom in my Q&A? If you're wondering what was the video that I accidentally deleted, it was my Q&A video. And someone had asked me, does the red Speedy have a seam in the middle of the bottom? And the answer is yes. Also has it, I think, on all of them, because the 40 has it as well. So I hope you can see that, because I can't see you right now. A beautiful seam that they stitched together perfectly so that the patterns line up on both bags. I'm going to use the smaller bag because it's easier for me to maneuver. The quality on the Speedy P9 is, I think, the best quality I have seen from Louis Vuitton ever. I'm speaking from experience, okay? I'm thinking about all of you guys, all of us. We are in the same community when it comes to Louis Vuitton who have had some trials and tribulations, right? We know the botched Ivy Walk experience, right? We know the failed quality control of the Never Full Beefy. We're not speaking on the negatives right now, but I'm just saying, when we talk about some compare and contrasting quality details, I have yet to find a flaw. I'm waiting to find it. You know your girl. Okay, you know me. I can't help but to find what is the problem. I have yet to find it. And I've just decided to give up. I'm going to not stress about it. This bag is great. Like, it's on par with Hermes. I mean, not when I talk about like structure. Like, this bag right now has my organizer in it. Otherwise, it'd be flopping all over the place. And I think for Hermes, when you think of their classics, their Kellys and their Birkins are very structured. And the original Speedy and the Bandolier Speedy is also very structured. So I definitely think it's interesting that this has a different structure where it's intended to sort of just slouch in on itself, and yet it still maintains a very luxurious feeling. Think about the Speedy P9 above all of Louis Vuitton's bags. The quality of this bag is just top tier. It is top tier. I did see some comments on the short for unboxing this bag where they were like, I want to see perfection for this, all this money for this wrinkly bag and these corners folded in. And it's like, but did you not realize this was the intended result for the leather version of the P9s? Like, did you sort of not understand the assignment? So I just wanted to point that out there, is that's actually the point, is it's supposed to be unstructured and fold in. And I'm sure the bigger sizes you go up in, the more slouchy it's going to get, which is the reason why I'm probably stopping at the 40, as well as the weight. I don't want it any bigger. Why I love the 25 is it's a very great everyday size for me, everyday bag for me, without overloading it and making it too heavy. In fact, my favorite way to carry this bag is by the top handles. Even though I have the strap here, I don't really use it. I don't think I've ever used it with this bag. I just really like it like this. But I do think I would love using it if I were to use it. This is a scrumptious, bibliumptious leather, squishy feeling. And it makes me feel really unbothered when I use it. I love the laissez-faire sort of vibe that I get when I use it. That's how I feel with the 40. With the 25, there's no folding in because I keep an organizer inside. So I just wanted to show you guys the difference is, yeah, I don't keep an organizer in the 40 because I want sort of that lazy, slouchy, laissez-faire look. But with my 25, I want more of that Hermes structured look, but only in my Speedy for Louis Vuitton. The next point I want to move on to is durability. So I think normally Louis Vuitton has over the years been known for its durable canvas. This is the Agenda. I love it. Love it, love it. It is completely organized according to my own creative standards. So it's not packing like the Louis Vuitton inserts. It's just organized my way. When I tell you there's no scratches happening here, I spill drinks all the time, you guys. I'm such a klutz. I have no issues except to make sure I mop it up really fast. The first time I spilled something on this bag, I almost, you know, a lot of people spring into action. I was just like, ah! Yeah, it was one of those moments. And then the water beat it up and started rolling down the leather. And I was just like, yes! It was like that, okay? It gives me a really good feeling that when I'm caught out in the rain, I don't have to worry with this bag because the leather is pre-treated, because the water just rolls right off of everything. Nothing sinks in. I am so grateful for all of this money, right? I think that's like our top complaints, for all of this money. And then we always have a litany behind that. For all of this money. Why? You know what I mean? Nothing. Thank you. It's just perfect. It's perfect. I've had it since January. So that's been 6 months. You can consider this the 6-month review. It's perfect, okay? I love the luxurious nature of these bags. I love the fact that it is a leather lined. There's rivets everywhere that say Louis Vuitton. I feel like I'm getting some extra perks with this bag, like the inside plaque that comes with it. I think a lot of complaints in the past have been, you know, it's tulle lining or it's microfiber lining, and Chanel and Hermes are leather lined. And this gives us the leather lining that I think a lot of people were really desiring, were really satisfied feeling it and looking at it and smelling it. I'm sorry, I had to take a quick sniff while I was here. So I do really appreciate the luxuriousness of it. The internal zipper is nice, big, wide, deep. The plaque, like I said, and the way that it's just attached to the bag and the weight of the bag, it's not too heavy. It's just right. And the chaps are padded and they're just a little bit extra large. Everything is great with the P9s. So that's the second point when we talk about durability. Third point why it's in the yay category is all the add-ons. Typically in the past, Louis Vuitton did not give a luggage tag to the Speedy. They did give a lock and key. Thank goodness. Could have done was add feet to the Speedy. I think that would have also added to the luxurious nature of the bag. Extra pouch with the bag. Now, when you order these bags, what it means is if you lose it or something happens to it, like I've definitely had issues with pieces before, you can always replace it. So I love that. I also love that this pochette is so large. You can literally fit your phone inside of it if you need to just take this out with you and put it on your wrist like a little wristlet and go about your business. Nowadays, a lot of people, including myself, just don't even need to take much with them besides like a little card case, their phone, and a little lippy, and you're good to go. This holds all of that plus a little bit more if you needed to. It's a really great little side piece. It reminds me of the Neverfull that comes with like their little add-on pouch, only this one is in leather, and it also is lined in leather, and it's also going to tell you where it's made in, similar to the bag. So pre-treated. So there's just a lot of pluses to the Speedy P9 that I really appreciate, that you just don't get with some of the other Speedies. Get why a lot of people might not feel like this is worth it, but I do feel like it's really up there in terms of I'd rather spend my money on this than some of the other pieces that are coming out by Louis Vuitton. I'm not even talking about any of the other brands, but I'd just rather spend my money on this than some of the pieces that I've seen in the store. And I'll insert some clips here. You guys have seen the shorts, but I'll put some pictures in of things that you haven't seen too, because I just wasn't as drawn to them. I think it's really important right now how I want to spend my money, that I am really drawn to those pieces that I'm buying. The fourth reason why this is in the yay column, and this is like the fifth and final point, is I really love the upcoming collection from Pharrell. And I was sort of kidding, not kidding, when I said it feels like creative directors are dropping like flies. I was thinking of just a lot of the various ways that creative directors have been shifting around, either from brand to brand or just leaving clients altogether, leaving their employers altogether, like Chanel and Virginie Viard. I think about her specifically right now. Pharrell has a really great upcoming collection, and this is the kind of thing that reminds me of Marc Jacobs, where it's like Marc Jacobs was Louis Vuitton's first creative director. He did something similar where he reinvented the Speedy in multicolor. He collab with other artists, with Tyler, to the creator even. He did different collaborations on the traditions, right? And Louis Vuitton sword. Here comes Pharrell doing something similar, only with the touch of the coolness that only Pharrell can bring. Just say it that way. Bringing the Speedies and bringing Louis Vuitton back to coolness in his own way, rejuvenating the company by making these items leather. The fashion show was over 3.5 million on day one views, okay? When Chanel can barely get 100,000, I think. Like, it's like, what's going on with you, Chanel, over there? What's going on? I was definitely energized by the upcoming collection, to the point where I have really been struggling, you guys. Like, I really like these bags. And I really like what I think is happening with Nicolas Ghesquière. I feel like he's taking Pharrell's lead, because now we've got the Montsouris PM backpacks coming back. I know you guys have seen it. Now Pharrell's got the Trocaderos and the Amazons coming back. All the archive pieces are coming back, and I am here for it. And I'm just like, not my coins, right? Just, God. So I hope you all are prepared for what's to come, because that collection drops in January. If you are looking for a Speedy P9 from the upcoming collection that's coming literally now in July, of the pinks, the turquoise, the amethyst, then I hope you've got your order. You may not be worth buying in your opinion, but why they're on my mind, and I want to continue the conversation down in the comments below. So definitely drop your comments below if you have a thought or opinion. Are you interested in buying any of these pieces, whether you're going all the way up to the P9 or any other tiers below? I'm curious on what everybody's interested in, on what's coming up next. If you're with me to the end, then drop your little shopping bags. If you like this video, that you've liked and subscribed by now, make sure you go and follow me over on Instagram and TikTok, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.